Hello YouTube, the Gun Nut here. It's another great day to be an American. Let freedom reign. So today I have another blue box on the workbench. Another Smith & Wesson. It seems like it wasn't that long ago that I had another Smith & Wesson on the bench, so this is something different. I picked this up as an early Christmas present to myself, and this one was approved in advance by the missus, to Gun Nut, so that was good. It's not always the case. Anyways, I wanted to share with you guys what I picked up. It's a M686 Pro Series. I guess you'd say it's a 686 Plus, because it has the 7-round capacity, which you see up here on this sticker. It's obviously chambered in 357 mag and 38 special. It is model 686-6, and it is a 5-inch barrel. The SKU is 178038. Picked this one up at Bud's Gun Shop, and they had it for $699.99, which seemed like a really good price. I looked around a bit, trying to figure out what 357 I wanted to get, and back even before Black Friday, they had these come down in price. I'm not exactly sure why. Let's take a look at what they include in the case. Obviously, the gun. We'll take a look at closer look at that in a minute. We have the mandatory lock. We have, this one is cut for moon clips, so you can use this rounds without moon clips, but you can also use these moon clips. There's actually 2 in there. They're kind of stuck together, but that'll be kind of neat to try out and see how those work as a nice speed loader. Unfortunately, it does have the lock, which Smith & Wesson has in most of the revolvers now, except for some of the classic series, I believe. And here are the keys for that lock, so you can lock the gun for unauthorized use. I know it's not a real popular thing. Here's the manual. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time looking at the manual. So there it is, guys. This is the 686 Plus Pro Series, and it has the 5-inch barrel. I think it's kind of intended for target practice, self, could be used for home defense, also for competition. I think that's kind of the reason behind the barrel configuration. And like I said, it is the Pro Series, which basically means it has performance. It's a performance-centered design, but executed by the normal production line, I believe. They don't actually do any hand fitting or things like that. You can see in there the Made in USA, Smith & Wesson, Springfield, Massachusetts. But yeah, let's just take a look at the gun. Check this out. You can see the front sight is just a black sight. I might use something to color that. You can see here, I kind of like how they have this notch, this relief here. You can see the ejector rod. The grips are just kind of your standard, like, Hogue type grips. There you can see the cylinder release. This is an L frame. It's amazing how similar it is to the K frame, though. So there you can see the 7 holes. Ejector rod. And here you can see how it's machined, how the cylinder is machined for those moon clips. I'm told it does. You can use it without. I mean, that's what Smith & Wesson says. You don't need to use the moon clips, but you can. It has the color case hardened hammer, and it has a color case hardened trigger. Here you can see the other side of the barrel. It is a squared off barrel. I really like that shape. To me, that was something that was attractive about this gun. I think this compares nicely with like Ruger's GP100. It was another gun that I considered. You can see the rear sight's also just a blacked out sight. I do believe that it does have adjustment as well for elevation and windage. There's a screw on this side for windage, and then there's a screw on top for elevation. So I'm very excited. I've never had a 357 Magnum before. It was one of the calibers I wanted to pick up, along with 45 ACP, so I'm filling out some of my gun collection here, if you will. Guns that I've always wanted but just never had. I had a double action revolver in the past, but it was a 22 long rifle. But it is amazing. It was the model 617. It's amazing how similar it is to this. This really isn't hardly any small. I mean, this isn't really that much bigger than what my 617 was. That actually had a 6-inch barrel, so technically I guess that gun was longer. But the 5-inch barrel, this feels perfect. I really like how this gun feels in the hand. I am looking at getting some wood grips for it though. I'd like to dress it up a little bit. These will be fine for a while. I'm sure it'll shoot better maybe with the rubber grips, but I think I'd like to get the wood grips just for the looks. Let's go ahead and check out that trigger. It feels pretty good. A little gritty in there at a couple points, but you know, I don't know a whole lot about how a double action trigger should feel. Let's try the single action. Yeah, that's a nice light single action pull. Let's try that again. And we'll throw it on the scale and get a weight here. The weight is 38.45 ounces. I believe that's right in line with what it says on the website. So I'm definitely not going to be able to use my trigger gauge to check the double action weight since it only goes up to 8 pounds. But we can do a check here on a single action pull and see what we get. £4.5 pounds. Let's try that again. And pretty much right at 4.5 pounds again. So we're going to call that a 4.5 pound trigger on single action. So that's a quick look at my new Smith & Wesson 686 Pro Series. We'll be getting some ammo soon. We'll get out to the range. We'll get some first impressions after we get out there and fire a few rounds through it. For all you 357 Magnum fans out there and fans of the Smith & Wesson 686 revolver, go ahead and post your comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You guys be safe out there.